What's going on, James Bondi's here. In this video, I'm going to talk all about niches. When it comes to starting your own marketing agency, or maybe you already have your own marketing agency, your SMMA business, whatever it might be, your SaaS business, what niche you should go after. And I get this question probably daily, not only from my students, but just from people on YouTube, on Instagram, on Facebook. It's just, James, what niche should I choose? What's the best niche to go after? And it's not a very simple answer because there's a million variables in choosing niches, because there's pros and cons to every single niche. And because of that, and because I ran into the same problem back in 2014, I created something called the triangle method of choosing your niche. And I want to first thank one of our students for drawing up a perfect version of exactly what we teach when it comes to choosing your niche. And I'll bring this image up in just a minute, but I first want to cover a very important part of this video, and that is my new office. I haven't been able to get out at least 2 videos a week because I was moving offices. So this is my new office, even though it may look slightly the same. I tried to keep the same look, and the only thing that is different in here is I need to soundproof. It's very echoey in here, and that's why I'm kind of trying to talk low and not loud. Normally I'm like yelling into the speaker. So I'll fix that situation because it's uncomfortable for me not to be able to be loud and obnoxious. So with that being said, in all seriousness, the niche selection is a very big topic when it comes to this business. You know, it's one of those things where, like, do I put all my eggs in one basket? How do I waste time at a niche that's not going to work out? Maybe like a towing niche is going to I'm going to hate working with them, whatever it might be. That is where the silver lining is when it comes to this business. And so I'm going to bring up this graphic right now, and just to give a little plug on where this is, I'll drop the link down below in the description. She wrote up an article and included this in an article on her blog, so I figured I'd drop that down below. Okay, and so what you see here is I wouldn't have been able to do it any better because I'm terrible at this kind of stuff, but she drew this up, the triangle method, where we teach our students that you do not pick your niche in the beginning of your journey. Okay, when you're a beginner, you don't want to say no to anybody. And I know that's against the grain, and I understand that a lot of people will disagree with it, but it's one of those things where if you've never had ice cream before, okay, how are you going to choose your flavor, right? Like, how are you going, like, if you go to an ice cream shop, right, and you said, I'm only going to eat vanilla ice cream because that's what I told was good, and you go to an ice cream shop and they don't have vanilla, they have 50 other flavors, and so you walk out empty-handed, right? You go to the next one, they have 150 flavors, but they don't have vanilla, but you have already decided to eat vanilla ice cream because that's what was told to you. Well, you're giving up all the other options out there without ever even trying. And so what we basically tell our students to do is go and try all the ice creams out there as a beginner. So you can see down here, as a beginner, if you can land a dentist and a lawyer and a photographer, an investor, a realtor, a plumber. And by the way, these are the just niches that are in, I'll show you what I mean. These are a lot of these niches we basically have training on. And so as a beginner, you're down at the bottom and you want to try all the flavors, towing, plumbing, electrical. We call them, a lot of them we call tier 1, and then we have tier 2, and then we have tier 3 niches. And as you work up the tiers, niches are broken down into basically annual revenue, right? Or how much you can charge for them. And as you go from the beginner stage into the intermediate stage, right? You basically say, like, this is an example. Dentists and brokers and roofers, I love working with. I get to charge them a lot of money. They always pay me on time, and they're not, sucking me dry for my time, right? But I found through other clients of mine that lawyers drive me crazy. Plumbers don't pay on time. Podiatrists, I can get great results for, but typically they don't have a lot of money. Electricians too. And so as I go through my journey and I fall into the intermediate stage where I've been doing this for a couple months, I found that dentists, brokers, and roofers have really been good. They've been solid. And so I'm almost like, I'm falling in love, right, with these niches, with the dentist who's always paying on time, with the broker who just is always happy with the leads, and the roofers who just, I can get great results for them, and they make a lot of money from the leads that I send them, right? But as you become and you want to go into the next level of this business, and you want to basically make more money with less clients, naturally, you will end up choosing 1 to 2. So in this example, we're choosing 1. And so as a beginner, we tried 5, 6, 7 different niches. As an intermediate, we're in 2 to 3. And then as an expert, it's roofers, right? This is just an example. And now, as an expert in this field, working with roofers, you can now systemize your entire process of finding them, onboarding them, implementing everything that you've already done and successfully done for others, and getting them up and running fast and results fast. And you can now start charging even more money because you already know what's going to happen with them, right? Yeah, they may be in a different location, they may be in a different state, whatever it might be, it doesn't matter because you kind of already know what's going to happen when working with them. And so you become the expert in the roofing niche, and you can now build a multi-million-dollar agency with just roofers. And I can give countless examples of students in our group, like Todd, who, he was landing, he probably had a dozen different clients that fell into the category of tier 1 to tier 3. And I'll show you what I mean when I say that. And ended up becoming the expert for realtors. Okay. And the beautiful thing is that he went from making 10, 15, 20,000 a month to making millions a year just working with realtors. Then you can go to somebody like Joe, who ended up going through the same beginner, intermediate, expert process, and he ended up falling into the lap of lawyers, right? And now he was basically created an offer for the lawyer niche and only running ads to lawyers, right? It happens over and over again. And you'll make more money with less people in one niche than you will in the beginning stage with, a dozen different niches. But I must tell you, before you go and say, well, why would I even, start at the bottom of a triangle? Because you're not good enough yet to be able to become a specialist for a given niche, number 1. And number 2, you don't know if you like vanilla yet. Even though everybody's telling you to go and like vanilla, the ice cream shop's got dozens of different flavors that you need to go out and try because you don't know yet. And so just because somebody had has great results for roofers and love working with roofers, there's probably an undertone to why that is. They maybe have a lot more in common with roofers, just their whole life experience. Maybe they were a contractor at some point. They could talk the lingo. They have better relationships. And so that is what we call the triangle method in terms of finding your niche. Now, let me jump over here, our Agency Toolbox, which is just a white labeled version of GoHighLevel. And so as you can see here, see how we have tier 1, electrician, garage door, gym offers, hair salon, home care, HVAC, so on and so forth, right? So we have, maybe 15, 16 of these. Tier 1 is basically like anywhere between $500 to $1,000 a month you could charge them for a service, okay? It's because myself and my business partner have run have already run our agency through these niches, okay? We went through the triangle method in the beginning of our journey. And the triangle method was many, many niches, okay? And so that's the tier 1 niches. And then tier 2, all right, we have like auto insurance, chiro, commercial, dental, financial planners, home auto, tattoo removal. And then tier 3, divorce lawyers, mortgage buyer and refinance, pain management, personal injury, plastic surgeon, podiatrist, and roof repair funnels. Okay, so like if I choose one of these like pain management, right? And this is basically what our students get. And the reason why our students get all these done for you funnels and auto follow-ups and all that stuff is because we want them to go through the journey of the triangle method and going out and never saying no to most of the opportunities that could come their way, whether it be through warm market, whether it be through cold email or cold calling. Typically, I'd like to start everybody off on a warm market because nobody's going to tell me that they don't know a business owner or know somebody who knows a business owner. There's not a person on this earth, unless you're like 12 and, I don't know, your parents don't live here or something like that. Somebody knows somebody that's a business owner. So it's always good to start in your warm market. But these done for you tiers, right? So we have a pain management funnel here, and then we have like a redesign of it. That's like this, right? So this would be like a redesign of that funnel. And essentially all we're really doing is trying to get our students results as quickly as possible. And the fastest way to do that, outside of them finding the client, is to give them options. Give them that beginner, low pyramid area where they can go out and just land clients and do it in a fast way by using, 80% done for them funnels or automations that we have here. Like, we have follow-up survey funnels. So the survey is submitted, they get an email, all this stuff is basically done for them. It's just the setup of GoHighLevel that they need to do, which we have all the training on. And then we have our review management for them. So essentially, that's the answer that I give people when they ask me about a certain niche. Every niche is a good niche as a beginner or even an intermediate. But as a beginner, every niche is a good niche. Because most of the time, if you're getting into this business or this business model, helping businesses get more leads and customers and charging them a monthly recurring fee. I'm not talking SaaS here. I'm talking about an actual service. Most of the time, making somebody comes in and they make $500 a month, they're happy to start, right? They're searching for a way to make more money. They start this business, and for them to land maybe their first ever making their money online is a very, very large win. And we want everybody to have those options. But even to the outside world, like to the YouTube channel, if you're going to ask me what niche to start and you're a beginner, I'm going to tell you any niche that you can get somebody to pay you money. Because in the end, I don't care what niche you pick, you need to get paid. And it could be a plumber, or it could be a lawyer, it could be a dentist, or it could be an electrician. At this point in your journey, who cares who it is? Take what you can get, because ultimately, the only way that you're, number one, going to find the flavor of niche that you want is by trying more than one. And number two, actually making money online and in this business. You can't be picky and choosy at this point in your quote-unquote career or journey. You need to take what you can get. And so that's my advice to everyone who wants to ask me about what niche you should get into, because it's going to be different for everybody. Everybody's going to have different experiences. So I appreciate you guys watching. Please comment down below what niches that you find the most success in versus what niches you love to work in versus what niches you hate to work in. I'd love to hear the feedback from the community. And outside of that, please like, subscribe, and turn the notifications on so you're notified when I drop more videos, 1 to 2 a week. Now that I'm moved in, hopefully I'll get more out. And also I'll drop the link to the article in which I pulled the that triangle image from. I owe her a shout out for that, so that link will be down below as well. And I appreciate your time, guys, and thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.